July 7th, 2026. Roll call. President Kardowski. Here. Gary. Here. Dale Quinn. Here. Dan Pampern. Here. Carrie Rathburn.
Here.
And Andy Karowski is excused. Pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remember our men and women's. Can you hear me now?
No. That caught our attention.
Hear me now.
Test, test, test.
Can you hear me now?
Now we got it.
Okay, please remember our men and women throughout the world in uniform. Okay, I have no changes to the agenda. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a second.
Motion and a second to approve the agenda as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carried. Action on the minutes of June 2nd, 2026 Site Plan Committee meeting. Yep, we have a motion and a second to approve those minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carried. Number 6, items for discussion and possible action. 6A, consider, discuss, act on a site plan review request for a third wall sign for District Poorhouse, 686 Mike McCarthy Way, parcel VA-55. Aaron.
All right, thank you. I'll share my screen and just bring up an image of the current. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is the current signage for the District Poorhouse on Mike McCarthy Way. They do have two signs. The wall sign on would be the east side of the building that you see here, and then the blade sign on Mike McCarthy Way that you see here. So that is considered two wall signs for purposes of our code. The request is for a third wall sign. As indicated here, this would be the west elevation of the building. So this is Mike McCarthy Way right here. This is the west elevation of the building with the bar, property kind of being over here further to the west. Request is for the wall sign to be located upper left-hand or upper west side of the building right here, with the arrow directing people around the corner to the District Poorhouse. Under our code, the Site Plan Review Committee can allow for a third wall sign, taking into account the physical, spatial, environment, traffic patterns, overall integration into the neighboring and surrounding development. In terms of the location, land uses to the north are commercial properties in the city of Green Bay. To the east is under construction for Common Place 2, Zone Sports Entertainment. South is the Berkshire Ashwaubenon zone, also zoned SC Sports Entertainment. And the properties to the west, which faces the proposed third wall sign, are also zoned SE Sports Entertainment and largely include the bar Holmgren parking lots. Proposed third wall sign is well within the 10% threshold for a building of this size. And based upon the surrounding land uses, the third wall sign not facing any residential properties, village staff does recommend approval of the third wall sign and there are no conditions, so as presented. But I should note that this is a recommendation only because it is in Sports Entertainment District. It does have to go to Plan Commission and Village Board for final approval. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. We do have representatives of the District Poorhouse and the Common Place in the audience as well.
Is this wall sign for the airplane flying through the airport? objection to it, but I don't quite understand the purpose of it. Anyway, it's not my business. Nobody's got any objections, I'll move to approve.
I have a motion and a second to approve the third wall sign, recommend approval for the third wall sign for the district poorhouse at 686 Mike McCarthy Way, parcel VA-55. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carried. 6B, consider, discuss, act on a site plan review request for exterior improvements to Best Built Inc., 3100 Holmgren Way, parcel VA-228-14-K-15. Aaron.
All right, thank you. I'll share my screen again, provide some images for the proposal. So this is the proposed exterior improvements to the Best Built building on Holmgren Way. If you remember, about 2 years ago or so, we did approve improvements for the building to the north for VDH Electric. This is basically the second phase of those exterior improvements for the Best Built property. The exterior improvements will be very similar to that which was approved for VDH, including some stone veneer, brick, as well as some exterior insulation finish system, or EFIS, again, meeting our percentage requirements, our allowable percentage requirements for such material. There will be the vestibule itself will be moved further to the north, and new exterior windows will replace the existing windows as well. The site plan initially did indicate an encroachment into the Holmgren Way right-of-way. That was corrected on a revised site plan. So recommended conditions of approval. Use of exterior insulation finish system, or EFIS, is limited to 30% of the building's cumulative wall surface area, and no one wall surface elevation can exceed 40% EFIS. Revise the site plan so the parking lot does not encroach into the Holmgren Way right-of-way, and again, that was addressed through a revised site plan after the packet was sent out. Conventional curb pan or mountable curbing is required for new paved areas where not directly abutting neighboring parking or drive areas. Meet all applicable requirements of the Ashwaubenon site plan review and all other applicable village ordinances. From public safety, if not already installed, all buildings are required to have a Knox key box installed 5 foot from grade and within 5 feet of the main entrance on the address side of the building. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, we do have representatives of Best Built in the audience as well.
I gotta compliment these people on taking these buildings and putting a nice front on them, making them look real nice for the village to show that our industrial parks are being improved. I don't know how you're gonna say no to this unless you put some gold trim on it, maybe it would help it out a little bit. But other than that, I don't see any problem. It looks very nice.
Okay,
And I would second it.
we have a motion and a second to approve as presented
With staff conditions.
with staff conditions. Any other comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Motion carried. 6C, consider, discuss, act on a site plan review request for an accessory structure in the B3 zoning district, 840 Willard Drive, parcel VA-100-5. Aaron.
All right, thank you. And I'll again share my screen. Ooh, that's not what anyone needs to see. Hit the wrong button. All right. The requested site plan review request is for an accessory structure of 140 square feet. As allowable under our code, we do have certain performance standards within the code. I'm not going to read through all of those since they are listed in the conditions of approval. The request does meet those conditions, including being located in the rear, basically hidden from view behind the refuse enclosure, and having exterior materials and colors similar to the existing building on Willard. In terms of the recommended conditions of approval, I'll just again, read through those. Exterior materials shall be similar in color and cladding as the principal building, and in no instance shall any exposed or semi-exposed fasteners be used for metal wall panels. The second one does not apply. I'm sorry. That's the occupancy permit. An accessory building shall only be utilized for cold storage of non-hazardous supplies, lawn, snow equipment, and hand tools. An accessory building shall only be placed in the rear yard and be as minimally visible from a public right-of-way as practical. In no instance shall an accessory building be located within 4 feet of a side or rear lot line, within 10 feet of any other structure, not including the refuse enclosure, or within any recorded easement. An accessory building shall be placed on and anchored to a concrete pad with a minimum of 4-inch thickness. Only one accessory building may be allowed which shall not exceed 144 square feet in floor area or 12 feet in height. And an accessory building shall be constructed in a workmanlike manner and be maintained appropriately. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, we do have a representative of the ownership group in the audience as well.
I see it's cleverly hidden behind the main property, so I'll move to approve.
Motion and a second to approve the accessory structure in the B3 zoning district at 840 Willard Drive, parcel VA-100-5 with staff conditions. That's with staff conditions, Gary? Dan?
Yes, excuse me.
Yes, okay.
Included.
Okay, any other comments, concerns, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, number 7, items for next agenda.
Yes, I do have an item already.
Okay. That being said, I need a motion to adjourn. Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.